Tutorial, we're going to talk about a variable called a Boolean variable, and what a Boolean variable does is it holds a value of true or false. So we're just going to use Booleans mostly with if statements or if we're looping certain data, and we want to turn what I like to call things on and off based upon whether or not it's true or false within the program, and then it'll go through and make decisions based upon the value whether or not it's true or false. So let's just go through and write a basic if statement using some true false, and we'll print some stuff out to the console here. So here we go. Let's start off with declaring our first variable. You will type it in as Boolean like you would string or integer, float, double. So Boolean, let's say we have a variable called question1, and we want to set question1 that has, we'll say a Boolean value of true. So now question1 is true. Let's out what question1 is to the console. System out, print line. We're going to type in our variable question1, and when we run this, we should get an output that says true. And we could make it a little more, I guess, user-friendly and say that question1 is, and we'll concatenate with the plus sign here, and we will out here, and it says question1 is true. Let's declare another variable here. We're going to drop this guy down. Let's do Boolean. Let's say we have question2, but this time question2 is false. And so now we could go system out print line. We could say question2 is, we'll do plus question2. So what's going to happen here in the console, it's going to print out question1 is the value of question1, question2 is the value of question2. So we should get question1 is true, question2 is false. Let's see what we get here. And we do. So how would we use this in an if statement? Well, you'll start an if statement off with if, and then you are going to type some kind of condition within the if statement, and the if statement is testing whether or not something is true or false. If it's true, it'll run the code below the if statement, that is in curly braces, and if it's false, it'll jump to the next part of the code that you write. So let's do something really simple. Let's start with question1. If question1. Now we know the value of question1 is true, so since we are saying if whatever we're looking at is true, let's print this out. System out print line. We are analyzing, well, let me capitalize this, question1. And so let's run this here. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, oh no, I don't want to do that. Let's run this here. So it says question1 is true, question2 is false, and then what happens is it says if this right here is true, which it is, jump down to curly braces. But what if I did something that was false? What if I did something that was question2? And I said we are analyzing question2. Can you guess what's going to happen? Let's run this and see what happens. Notice that this particular part of our program is not printed to the console. And the reason why is because the condition that is within this particular piece of the if statement is false. So if question2 is false, it does not run what's in curly braces. It jumps outside of the curly braces and will go to the next part of the code. So we could write something else like if question1, and then we could say system out print line. We are analyzing question1. So let's see what happens here. When we run the program, it'll print these two guys out right here, and then it will say, oh, this is false, jump down to this. Oh, this is true, print this out. Let's see if that occurs. Let's see if we get this printed out as our last line of code. And we do. So those are just some of the very basics on how to use the Boolean variables. We'll get a little more detailed whenever we start to validate user input as we start to progress through our Java videos. Thanks for watching.